Small plot. Big problem? Not anymore. In 2026, the most exciting residential designs being built are not on sprawling acres. They are on tight urban lots, narrow infill sites, and compact suburban plots that most people would look at and say, you can't build anything beautiful there. They are wrong. Today, I'm showing you exactly what's possible on a small plot of land, and some of these homes will make your jaw drop.
Like and subscribe right now for weekly modern home content. 2 seconds, let's get into it.
Here is the reality of land in 2026. Affordable land in desirable locations is shrinking. Urban infill lots, narrow suburban blocks, and compact rural plots are increasingly what's available at prices that make financial sense. And the conventional thinking that small land means small ambition is being completely demolished by a new generation of architects and designers who are treating constraint as a creative opportunity. In 2026, the design tools, construction methods, and material options available for small plot builds have never been better, and the homes coming out of these tight sites are genuinely stopping people cold. Here is how it's done.
Design strategy number 1, go vertical. The first and most powerful design response to a small plot, stop thinking horizontally and start thinking vertically. A plot that cannot deliver a generous single-story footprint can absolutely deliver a beautiful 2- or 3-story home. Going vertical multiplies your floor area without expanding your site coverage. The foundation stays compact, the street presence becomes tall and dramatic rather than wide and conventional. In 2026, the narrow 2-story modern home is one of the most architecturally exciting residential building types being designed. Plots as narrow as 20 to 25 feet are producing homes with 1,200 to 1,800 square feet of beautifully designed living space across 2 stories.
Me too.
The design moves that
Look
make
at that
vertical
skyline,
small
it's
plot homes
absolutely
work.
stunning
A
from this
double-height
height. We
void
should
over
do
the
this
living
more
area
often.
creates dramatic vertical space that makes the ground floor feel expansive. A floating staircase, open riser, timber treads, slim steel balustrade becomes the sculptural centerpiece of the interior rather than a space-eating necessity. And a rooftop terrace on the flat roof converts what would be wasted space into one of the most desirable outdoor zones in the entire home. Small plot, 2 stories, rooftop terrace. In 2026, that is not a compromise. That is a lifestyle.
At-home design strategy number 2, maximize the boundary. On a small plot, every inch of the site boundary is a design opportunity. The most effective small plot homes in 2026 build right to the boundary where zoning allows, maximizing the footprint by using every legal inch of the site. Where building to the boundary is not permitted, the setback zone becomes a landscape opportunity, a planted garden strip, a permeable paving zone, an outdoor seating area that extends the living space beyond the building envelope. Boundary walls are design features, not limitations. A tall rendered boundary wall on one side of a small plot creates privacy, defines the outdoor zone, and provides a surface for climbing plants, mounted shelving, or a living wall that adds greenery without consuming floor area. The small plot outdoor space strategy of 2026 treat every outdoor zone as a room. Define it with flooring material, a ceiling element like a pergola or shade sail, and planting for edges and privacy. A 15 by 20 foot rear garden designed as an outdoor room feels dramatically more generous than the same space left undefined. Maximize the boundary. Define every outdoor zone. Make the site work as hard as the building.
Design strategy number 3, the open plan imperative. On a small plot, the interior layout has no room for waste. Every square foot of floor area must be earned. The open plan layout is not just a stylistic preference for small homes in 2026, it is a functional necessity. Removing interior walls between living, dining, and kitchen zones eliminates the square footage consumed by circulation space between rooms and makes the combined zone feel dramatically larger than its actual dimensions. The design rule for small plot open plan homes, one continuous floor material running through the entire ground floor without interruption. No threshold strips, no flooring changes between kitchen and living, one material, one level, one flowing space. The continuous floor material is the single most effective visual trick for making a small floor area feel generous. Ceiling height is the other critical variable. In a small plan home, every extra inch of ceiling height is worth fighting for in the design and construction process. A room that is 10 feet high feels significantly larger than the identical room at 8 feet. In 2026, the small plot home with 10-foot ceilings and an open-plan ground floor consistently photographs and feels like a much larger home. Open plan, continuous flooring, maximum ceiling height, 3 moves, one dramatically more spacious small home.
Design strategy number 4, built-in storage everywhere. The enemy of a small home is clutter, and the enemy of clutter is built-in storage designed into the fabric of the home from day one. In 2026, the best small plot home designs treat storage not as an afterthought, but as a structural element, built into stairs, recessed into walls, integrated under beds, concealed behind full-height joinery that reads as a wall rather than a cabinet. The understair storage zone is one of the most valuable and most underused spaces in a small home. In 2026, this zone is being designed as a complete storage system. Pull out drawers, hanging space, shelving, a home office nook, or even a compact bathroom. The space beneath a standard staircase in a 2-story home is equivalent to a small room. Design it as one. Full-height floor-to-ceiling cabinetry on one wall of every bedroom eliminates the need for freestanding wardrobes that consume floor space. Recessed wall niches in bathrooms replace surface-mounted shelving. Built-in seating with lift-up storage in living areas replaces separate storage furniture. Built-in storage in a small home does not reduce the feeling of space. It increases it by eliminating the visual noise of freestanding furniture and the physical obstruction of objects that have nowhere designed to live.
Design strategy number 5, borrow light and view. The most common complaint about small homes, they feel dark and enclosed. The solution is not a bigger home. It is smarter use of light and view. In 2026, small plot home designs are using borrowed light, the strategic placement of windows, skylights, and glazed internal partitions to move natural light deep into the plan as a primary design tool rather than an afterthought. A skylight above a central staircase floods multiple floors with natural light from a single roof opening. A glazed internal wall between a bathroom and a bedroom allows borrowed light to pass between rooms while maintaining privacy. A full-height window at the end of a narrow hallway terminates the corridor with light rather than a dead wall. The borrowed view principle applies equally. Every window in a small home should be positioned to frame something beautiful: a tree, a garden strip, a sky view, a planted courtyard. The eye travels beyond the room through the window, and the brain registers the space as larger than it physically is. In 2026, small plot homes with well-designed natural light strategies consistently feel larger, more generous, and more valuable than poorly lit homes of twice the floor area. Light is free. Use more of it.
Design strategy number 6, the courtyard move. The single most powerful design move available on a small plot and the most surprising is the courtyard. Removing a section of the building footprint to create a private internal courtyard seems counterintuitive on a small site. Less building, more garden. Why? Because the courtyard floods the surrounding rooms with natural light from a private, sheltered outdoor space. The rooms facing the courtyard, kitchen, living room, primary bedroom, borrow the outdoor space visually, making every room feel dramatically larger than its physical dimensions. The courtyard becomes the light source, the view, and the private outdoor room simultaneously. In 2026, the courtyard home on a small plot is one of the most admired residential design strategies in urban and suburban markets globally. Japanese design has used this principle for centuries. Australian and European urban architecture has embraced it for decades, and in 2026, it is landing in North American residential markets in a major way. A 400-square-foot courtyard integrated into the plan of a small home does not reduce the home's livability. It multiplies it. The rooms around the courtyard feel larger. The home feels private and calm from every interior space, and the outdoor zone, sheltered, private, directly connected to the interior through sliding glass doors, becomes the most used room in the entire home. Small plot, courtyard home, the design move that turns a constraint into the defining feature of the entire property.
Design strategy number 7, material discipline. On a small plot, material discipline is not optional. It is structural to the success of the design. Too many materials in a small home create visual noise that makes every space feel smaller, busier, and more chaotic. One dominant exterior material, render, timber, or stone, expressed consistently across the entire home envelope, makes a small building read as a resolved architectural object rather than a collection of small elements. Inside, one floor material throughout, one wall color throughout, one hardware finish on every fixture and fitting. The visual continuity created by this material discipline makes every room flow into the next and the entire home feel larger and more coherent. The 2026 material palette for small plot modern homes: warm white render or charcoal timber cladding on the exterior, warm oak or concrete look flooring inside, white walls, matte black or brushed brass hardware. Simple, resolved, completely timeless. One material story told consistently from the front gate to the rear garden.
7 design strategies. Go vertical with a rooftop terrace. Maximize every inch of the boundary. Open plan with continuous flooring and maximum ceiling height. Built-in storage in every possible location. Borrow light and view from every angle. Add a courtyard to multiply the feeling of space. And maintain material discipline from exterior to interior. A small plot of land in 2026 is not a limitation. In the hands of good design thinking, it is an opportunity to build something precise, beautiful, and extraordinarily efficient that a larger site never demands. The best homes being built right now are not the biggest. They are the most considered. If this video changed how you see your plot, like it right now. Drop a comment below. How big is your plot and which strategy are you using? I read every single one. Subscribe and hit the bell. New content every week. Small plot, big design. Build it right. See you in the next one.